The telephone chimed at 2:17 a.m. An unidentified number. "I, John," responded regardless. A masculine voice, coarse and self-assured. "We have your kin." Erase her from memory. Silence tightened like a blade against my windpipe. "My daughter, Emily, seized from her university accommodation." I neither inhaled nor flinched. Finally, I spoke, my tone flat and measured. "You have committed a profound error." He laughed, low and malevolent. "And what is the basis for that assertion?" "Because I am the operative the Pentagon once designated Ghost." The connection went dead. I stared into the darkness of my lounge, the timepiece ticking with excessive volume. My heart rate did not accelerate, it decelerated. Fear was absent. Fury was present. A slow burn beneath my ribcage, a tempest confined within my chest. 60 minutes. That was the deadline I established for him. At the 59th mark, my secondary phone illuminated. The secured channel. The director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. "Ghost, what in God's name are you doing?" His voice was shaken. For heaven's sake, but I was already engaged. Every operation I had ever executed for my nation possessed constraints, boundaries I could not traverse, the limits that kept the primal instinct tethered. But family was never a component of those protocols. They believed I had retired, seamlessly integrated into civilian existence like a phantom dissipating into fog. Yet, phantoms do not disappear. They bide their time. I envisioned my daughter, Emily's reserved smile, the way she would debate with her instructors, always too perceptive for her own benefit. Now she was leveraged to mere peace, utilized against me. And in that acknowledgement arrived the treachery not merely from strangers. Someone had meticulously charted my life, was aware of my background. My adversaries did not speculate. They possessed knowledge. This was not haphazard, which implied the weapon was not merely in my back. It had been inserted by someone sufficiently proximate to know precisely where to plunge it. I did not erupt. I did not bellow. I acted. Communication records, orbital tracking data, observation grids only a ghost could command. Each second elapsed with clinical exactitude. Every tap of the keys pulled me closer. Every period of silence was another scream interred within my mind. I imagined her seated in that location, restrained, terrified. I pictured her asking the query no child should. "Will my father arrive?" Affirmative I would, but not as a parent, as something far worse. Through the information, I discerned patterns. Ephemeral phones activated and discarded, a transport vehicle rerouted offset, a depository near the keys, flagged 3 months prior by the Department of Internal Security. I recognized the scent of an ambush. I also knew I had no alternative but to proceed into it. The time limit was expiring. 50 minutes, 40, 30. Internally, I was incineration. Externally, I was frost. At 22 minutes, I intercepted a live transmission video devices inside the storage facility. My daughter, Emily, blindfolded, hands tied, and beside her, not unknown individuals, but a face I recognized, one I had relied upon, my wife, Emily, leaning near the man with a firearm, whispering, smiling. The betrayal burned with a cold intensity. This was not about a ransom exchange. This was not random. It was her. The footage immobilized me, not from shock, but from its finality. Every late-night message, every unaccounted absence, every instance she evaded inquiries with rehearsed affection. And there it was, the dagger buried deep. I did not assault the warehouse. I did not discharge a single round. I made one communication to the same FBI director who had implored me to desist. I provided him with coordinates, passcode, substantiation. When the intervention occurred, she was not a victim. She was in restraint, and I was there, standing in the obscurity, unseen. As the reality closed around her throat, her eyes found mine across the disarray, wide with the realization that I had betrayed her. I said nothing, simply allowing her to drown in the comprehension that I had known all along, long before she believed I did. She had manipulated me, but I had established the rules of the engagement. They removed her screaming. My daughter, Emily, collapsed into my embrace. I held her, but my mind was elsewhere. People presume the worst agony arises from loss. They are wrong. The worst agony arises from exposure, when the guy slips, and you behold what has been alongside you the entire duration. I did not grieve for infidelity. I analyzed it, filed it away like another operation successfully concluded. Because I am Ghost, and phantoms do not lament. And tonight, I became hers. She believed she had interred me in fabrications, but all she did was resurrect the deceased.